Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Garden Mess. In today's video I am going to be digging up a hosta that is getting sunburnt every single day, and it's because I have to remove a rose bush that has been shading it from the sun, but the rose bush has the rosette disease. Anyway, so I'm going to have to remove this whole area of roses. But before I do that, I need to get the hostas taken out of the ground and get them relocated to another part of my yard. So these are pretty well established, mature hostas. It's July. I don't recommend removing hostas and things in the heat of the summer. These are definitely going to go get tucked into a shady location, very sheltered. But I have to get rid of these roses because I can't have that mite. There's a mite that spreads that rosette disease from rose to rose bush. And so I can't allow it to spread. I've got to contain it as much as possible, not just for my own roses, but also for the roses that are in the neighborhood. And, most people have knockout roses in their landscape. It's a very popular landscape shrub. So probably overused as well for landscaping. But anyway, I need to get it out of the ground, get them tossed into the trash in black bags, so that, if there's any mites on them, they remain on them and don't fly in the air to other places. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully we get it done before the sun gets too high in the sky. As you can see, it's already starting to get on me, but I'm fully covered. I've got my little sleeves on. These really worked really well yesterday. I worked out in the sun around like between 1 and 2:30 yesterday in the afternoon, and that sun was just beating down on me. I was in full exposure of the sun. My arms never got hot. In fact, the day before I had worked without my sleeves, and I had to stop and come in because I could feel the skin burning. And it wasn't like I was out there very long. It's just that the sun was like cooking my skin. So there's a huge difference. If you don't have sleeves, you can always wear long sleeve shirts and all that, but these little sleeves that you pull up allows you to wear maybe a comfortable cotton shirt, but not to have, oppressive long sleeves on. Anyway, these are very cool to the touch and feel. So let's get to removing this hosta. All right, behind me is the flower bed. This is the northeast side of my yard, and these are the roses that have to go. And then as you see, the blooming little white blooms right there are on my hosta behind this carex grass. And so I've got my kneeling pad out there. I've got my shovel. I've got some extra spare buckets to put the hostas into. I don't know how the root system is going to be, but that is to be seen at this moment. So here we are. In fact, I'm going to move you a little bit more here. Oops. And they're looking so pretty, aren't they? They're just glowing in the morning sunlight. And they love this place. But once I take these roses out, they're going to hate life because the west sun is from that direction, and they're going to get that west sun. This other hosta that I have two back here. This is the holy or guacamole, something like that. There should be a tag in there, and I'll pull it up when I'm digging. This is the second hosta that I have, and you can see that it doesn't have nearly the amount of leaf scorch as my guacamole one. That's its leaf right there, and you can see that it's been gotten by the sun that comes through, because I had already started cutting this rose, so there's a little bit of space there that the sun comes through. But this one is still more sheltered because I have not thinned this rose, but this one I have already started to cut the parts off of it that are showing the signs of the rosette, but it all has to come out. It's destined to die. There's nothing that can be done for them, sadly. Anyway, boo-hoo. But we go on, right? We'll just find another plant. I've been told that wherever these mites are, wherever the roses are that these mites are located, that you should not plant another rose in there for a couple of years or so. I haven't done the full research on that yet, but it does sound reasonable that you want to make sure that there's no overwintering eggs and things like that these mites can get onto or hatch from and then get on your new roses. So, and I haven't looked to see if there's anything that you could spray here to kill the mites, but these roses are kind of too big for this space anyway, so it's not too terribly terribly sad. It's probably something I should do anyway, and this is just kind of forcing my hand. So I think roses in our area, they do really well in the full sun. However, their flowers do get bleached out by the intense hot sun of the summer, and they usually peter out because of that. So I think early morning, middle afternoon, but not late afternoon sun is great for rose bushes here, any rose bush. But they can handle full all day sun, which these get. You know, you can see it's getting all the morning sun here, and it'll get blasted. Again, the west sun comes up, it moves, and it starts sets behind that tree right there. So imagine that this whole area is just pelted with the, you know, so let's say 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock sunlight, and then it doesn't actually start going down to about 6:30. So anyway, enough of that. Let's just get to saving these hostas. I started removing the monkey grass. Oh, before I do that, I have got to tie this. That's right, I need to tie this carex up. Can you see that? Okay, let's see. All right, this carex right here, beautiful, right? Just beautiful. However, it can like scratch you. So I have to lift these up. Probably needs to get divided as I'm looking at it and thinking, oh, this thing looks like it's spreading. If I didn't have these sleeves on, y'all, I could not do this. 100%, I could not. Because these are almost like razors. I'm not going to do it too tight because I don't want to break the stems or bend them. Just want to kind of hold them out of my... Good hairstyle, good hairstyle. All right, little plants, watch out. Don't want to step on you. The positive about removing this hosta is that I will be able to subdivide it. Now look, there is more variety right here. I'm going to remove this too while I can. And it was already sending out another runner to make another plant. Oops, that didn't get over there. Here's another one. I'm sorry. Oh, so sorry. Oh. I don't know if anyone else is like me, but oh. Surely that's not the crown of the hosta. Oh, it's got to be part of it. It just crunched way too noisily. Hopefully that's the rose. Oh, just kills me to do this, y'all. With each crunch. That just feels too hard to be a hosta. It has to be. That could be a old root from. Yeah, that just sounds too woody. That could be an old root from my oak trees. That's better. I'm probably going out further than I have to, but definitely want to have good roots left on this plant. So much laripe, y'all. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll deal with that later. That has to be the rose bush. Now let's come over here. Come on. Don't mean to shake you around there, Hosta. Oh, why? I don't like that sound. The one thing about this laripe is it does make it kind of difficult to tell what's Hosta, what's it. All right, what is that down there? Okay, there's my shovel. I think I got most of the I need to get it to go this way. That rose bush is in my way. Come on. I know it's going to be heavy because it's wet, y'all. Oh, no, don't do that. You're a big Hosta. Oh. Gosh, I might need my husband to come out here and help me with this Hosta. Either that or I need to cut this or like splice it here to get it out. Come on. Let me save you. Ugh. Woo. Sling of mud. Sling of mud in my face. All right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, you're not gonna like me. I know it. Okay. Something is still connected. It's gotta be like right there. Oh, watch that little thing. Oh, oh no. Ooh, I did something. Come on. Yeah, I did not think it was going to be that hard to get this out. Okay, there's something right there. It's like a... right there. All right. Right there. Is a rose root. All right, that should have done it. That should have done it. All right, you are so delicate. Can't help but break some of these stems. All this mud. What is this? Uh-oh. What is that? Please tell me. Okay, that's a root. Just making sure it wasn't a wire. Oh. Well, I turned it. Oh. Come on. Okay. That was hard. This probably should have waited for it to dry out a little, maybe. All right. There's tons of larrapi in this thing, so, but there's also a lot of segments to this hosta. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to grab my hori knife, and I think I'm going to slice it into pieces. All right. See if I can do it here, because I don't think I can lift this. And I've already got muddy. All right. See if I can tip it over. Come on. I think I'm not going to be able to save all of this plant. I can already tell. There looks to be like a pretty nice divide right there. You need your phone? I started a little cut. Now I'm going to finish it with this. I'm so sorry. Oh my. Y'all, that just doesn't make me feel good at all. Lord. I can't be the only one that struggles with this. Oh, look at that. Oh, and this other hosta's over here watching this whole process, and this hosta's going, oh no, not me, not me. Yes, you, yes, you. You as well. All right. I kind of had to smush it in half. There really wasn't a way around it, so. Okay, they are all, well, that one anyway. Let's show you. Well, first of all, you see the big hole left behind, which I'll have to come and fill this in. And then I've got to remove all this liripe, and I'm going to do it. Well, there they are. That one plant divided into 4 buckets. That's a big plant, right? I think they get about 4 feet wide and about 3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet tall. I did not see a tag, so I could not for sure. I might find it once I clean out the liripe, but for now, this is what we've got. Now we've got to go in the backyard and find a safe spot for them. All right, so somewhere back here, we need to put the hostas. I'm thinking for sure I could probably get one in here somewhere. I have this hosta here, which is similar but not the same. This is a fragrant bouquet, and it is in a good spot. I probably could place one right here, which I might do. I might actually place one right there. Probably just one, yeah, just one, because I don't want to lose too many if it wasn't to survive. I will probably dig up those elephant ears and maybe put one right there, because I have to do that anyway, and I'm going to create a hole, so I might as well. I don't know what I just touched, but, well, something fell, I think. I can probably put one up under this this red bud, but I'm not 100% certain that it won't get hit with some sun. It'll be dappled if anything, but I could probably put one right back there. It'll get some sunlight, but maybe not the hottest part of the day. I would put some back there, but I still have to clean all that out. There is wild, what is that? That's grows those purple flowers. It's a vine. Oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called. But it's the wild variety. It's not the tamed variety. Wisteria, that's what it's called. And then I have some Nandina, and it also is the wild variety. It does create seeds, so I have to be careful with that. It was here. I didn't plant it, but I try to control it so that it doesn't spread anywhere else. And then, being that everything seems to be doing great back here, where that variegated hydrangea is, and this spider's web fatsia, I could probably plant it right here, and I think it would be pretty. I already have another fragrant bouquet hosta over here, which is similar leafed. So maybe I'll put it right here. I'll move this rose out of here. It's just there to rehabilitate. I buy a lot of things that are sickly and diseased and try to rehabilitate them. This does get some afternoon sun, but it is not very long. Now, if I lose that tree right there, that oak tree, then I'll be in trouble. My whole yard will be in trouble. But I could probably put it there as well. The other thing I could do is I could switch places. And this is an idea. See if I can point to it without losing the focus. This bush right here, this green bush right there, that is a Weigela. I think it's just a, it's not a wine and roses. I forget the brand it is. It's not coming to me, but it's a Florida variety. So Weigela, Florida. So it is able to withstand the heat of our area. And it is very pretty, but it's kind of hidden back here because it gets a little bit too much shade. And so I will probably dig that up and put it where the hosta is. That might be what I do, but that's just a whole nother project, right? I'll have to dig that up and then swap them out. But I do love this hosta, so I don't want to lose it or any of them. So I will probably place them along the fence line since they're so easy to move. And if they do survive, then I know I can do it again in the future. So I'm not going to be real concerned about that. But I definitely don't want to put it up front, and I'll show you why. See this hosta here? See how it's bleached out, its leaves? This one especially is bleached out. And that's what the sun will do, because the sun actually does hit up here. This is an area that the sun hits. Not a lot, but it does hit it. And so the lighter leaf varieties of the hostas will get bleached out pretty good. And I don't want that to happen. I do want to keep its color. I might, well, let me just go and I'll just, this will be a temporary thing, maybe permanent, but for now, probably more temporary. And I think I'm going to put them along the fence line back there because I know for sure that's not going to get much sun at all. And look at that one little piece of sun right there. But it's dappled, so it should be okay. And this is dry. The soil back here, even though it stormed the other day, it is pretty dry. And I'm trying to decide, am I going to do the fern or if I'm going to do this, but I think I'm going to do the hosta, because there's that hosta. So I think I am going to do the hosta. Unfortunately, I have a couple casualties of the leaves. But that's okay because it'll help the plant to, hey, Mr. B, what you doing in there? What you looking for? I know I didn't mess with this house. I know that. I might have to come back and cut these right here. I could get my little thing. Well, it doesn't look like it's settled, so that's good. Get a little bit more just in case. All right, that should be good. Oops, completely missed that. All right. Okay, looking not bad. I'll probably come back and cut this one that's been damaged by a bug. But for now, I'm going to let it be. Let it be. Oh my gosh, those smell so good. Oh, so good. They smell like perfume. That's what my husband said when I cut one of these and brought him in to let him smell it. He says, "Oh, they smell like perfume." And I was like, "Oh, perfume, huh?" They smell like perfume mixed with some honeysuckle maybe and some jasmine. They're just very fragrant, very fragrant. Okay, here is where I'm going to put the next one. Oh, don't step on the caladiums. Throw this. Oh. Variety. Oh. I think a mosquito just bit my leg and I have mosquito spray all over me. All right, I'm not getting any more dirt off of that. I'm just getting my hosta all dirty. The little flag is here because I use it in the winter time to mark where my hostas are. That way I don't plant up on them. All right. You need to move over. I'll be getting you in the ground soon. You too. All of you. And I'm not sure that was a mosquito that bit me. That could have been a little sweat bee or something. Because it didn't feel like a mosquito bite. It felt like a sting. But it could have been mosquito. All right. Do not get distracted, Carrie. You can clean up these ferns later. But I have this nice little spot right here. Just ready. I don't know if this tag, nothing ever popped up out of the ground. So I'm not sure what that tag is all about. Now, I have a sprinkler, and this is where the sprinkler is, so I'm going to dig a little ahead of it, although I have broken a sprinkler pipe before planting. What did I plant? Well, I forgot. Oh well, I'll just be very careful though. It is in there pretty deep, so I'm not too worried about hitting it. Because the main pipe, not the flexi line. All right, so there's the one we just did, and then the other one is back there. Let's see. Yeah, that one's going to be a little harder to see with all the other stuff going on. This one's going to look good, this one in the front. And I might put another one. I might move that pot and put one there. All right, I've moved that pot further back, and this is a plume flower or something like that. It needs sun, and I would say, okay, so I just removed a bunch of burned fronds from both of these ferns. So I'm going to assume that this area might get a little bit more sun than I would like. So this may not be the best placement for it. And if I see that it is starting to get burnt, I will probably end up moving it. But for now, it's going to get a lot of water, which should help with that issue. But I'm just running out of places that for shade that I could put this, because this gets really large, so it needs some good spacing in between things. So hold on a second. Second idea is, again, I could put it right here, right in front of these ferns. It will get water from one of the sprinklers over here. I had some heuchera there, but it did die, and I don't think it was from the sun. I think, well, it could have been. I mean, it shouldn't get a lot of sun, and again, these next to it are not burnt, so I think what I could probably do, maybe move this pot further out, and then dig up this liripe right here and put it right there, and then it'll make like a little trio, because you can see the hosta, the dark hosta back there, and it doesn't have any leaf scorch. Now this is not a very deep planting space because of this tree right here, so we'll see if I can get it in the ground or not. But I'm going to move that pot now out of the way, and if I can't get it here, then I'll just go over to that other spot. But I am undecisive. Oh my. Not undecisive, indecisive. Oh my. Hopefully, oh, I have killed. Oh, what? Ah. got to inch this out now because, well, you'll see. Oh, don't rip it, don't rip it. In fact, I could probably put this more this way and it'll help block. Well, shoot. There. Come on, you. We will re-twirl you around. Go over there for a second. If there is any of my heuchera left, is there? I don't think so. Oh, there's an, hold on. No, there's one little leaf. It's not gonna make it. No, it's not. Okay. All right, get back on this. There we go. All right. Just make sure this is in the ground as much as it can be. That doesn't look too bad in that spot. Okay, I need to water it though because I'm noticing that the calabrocha is really wilted. All right. Great. This one flops that way. All right. All right. Oh, this one's not going to be very very pretty at the beginning. I've got a couple that, oh, sorry. I used to have a Japanese maple, a winter's orange Japanese maple in that spot right there, and it died, and I don't know why. It could have been that it was too moist here. It could have been lots of different reasons. But anyway, this hole was kind of already still here, so I'm just going to soften it up because I think that it's probably deep enough and maybe even wide enough, but I'm going to go get my hosta and just double check. just need to move that one laripe. Have one little laripe plant right there, right at the base of that sprinkler. So I'm going to use my hori knife to get that one, because I don't want to damage anything with the sprinklers. But there it is. And now you really can't see it because, well, you can see it behind the camellia. So that's a camellia right there. It's a Sanqua. And then there's the hosta we just planted. There's our little honey oak leaf hydrangea in front of a pot, a concrete pot that has impatiens and these frog in a blender. I do not recommend putting those in the ground. They have quadrupled in size and number. They're huge. I did not think they were going to get that. They're caladiums, so I didn't think they were going to get that big. They look beautiful over on top of the impatiens. They are very pretty. They are much taller than these caladiums. Wow, they are impressive. But I would keep them in pots. I don't know that I would trust them to be in the ground. They might become invasive. Anything that grows like that, to me, has a tendency to be invasive. So anyway, all right, well, that's going to do it for today's video. Getting that hosta dug out. I know it took forever. Get them planted. But we did it. We got it done. So thank you guys for watching, and I will give you an update on this and how it's doing here in the next few days or weeks to come. We did pull out that rose bush right there yesterday. It is not wilted. Seems to be hanging in there. Actually a few in the back are a little wilted, but they're probably going to get cut back anyway because they're so tall. But that's it. I enjoyed working in the yard today. The temperatures aren't too terribly hot. I just hope all these hostas do well. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully all these hostas do well and they'll survive and not get any more sun scorch. And I'll hopefully get you an update here in the next couple weeks. Y'all have a blessed day and enjoy gardening.